Hello and welcome to the Dominion Daily for June 13th, 2025. We've got Hinterlands, Intrigue, and Corn Guilds today. And got Replace and Trading Post as trashing. Replace Trail is nice. Soothsayer for junking, but also replace. Can do that. Weaver for gains, and then also Haggler for gains. Advisor is the draw. Oh, Mill Weaver is probably some degenerate nonsense because the mills can discard the weavers. Plus actions is just Shantytown. So both the draw and the plus actions are weak here. There is a little bit of enablement with Mill, Shantytown. And oh wait, no, Trails plus actions with Mill. Okay. So yeah, the draw, stand by what I said about the draw, but the plus action situation is not too bad. Okay, so how important is it that we hit 5 here? Because the thing is, like, we kind of want, like, all the trails and mills. But we do also want to play with replace. I'm going to say it's not, like, we don't have to super optimize for it, for hitting 5, that is. And that we go... I mean, 1 silver is probably fine to try to help us hit 5 and then, like, get a Weaver. We can always Weaver for Trail, and that makes it at least not a stop card, and then we get the Trails in our deck, which are going to be good. I think I like that better than Shantytown, which is, like, I mean, it is arguably better than silver if we don't see the Weaver, but if we do, we're pretty sad. And it's maybe not even better. They get the trading post opening. That is nice in general. I'm not sure if it's going to be good here or not. I guess we'll see. Okay, I think we'd rather weave the trails than the mills. So I think we take a mill now. That silver, even if we draw it, we're not going to hit 5. So maybe we don't want to draw it. We could take another Weaver. We have the mill, we can discard Weavers, and we can also Weaver for Trail. I think, yeah, I think we just take another Weaver. All right, and now let me get the replace. All right, so this is going to give us 4 coins. So if we want to try to hit 5 again, Weaver Trail makes sense. We also have another Weaver down here, so that also makes sense from that perspective. So I think we do that. We do it again. We do have another estate down here, so we might not hit 5, but I mean, that's probably fine anyway if we take a 4. I think I'm just going to grab another trail. Okay. We could get second replace. We could also take a trading post of our own. I think replace is just better. What do they even have? These two and the trading post. If they have the trading post, we want to deny the estate. If they don't, we want to deny the Shantytown. And it's 50-50. They have it. So, yeah. Yeah. All right, do we just go ahead and weave another trail? Think so. Okay, I think we're just going to take another... Well, we could take a mill. That gives them a curse. That's probably better. Yeah. Do we want a Shantytown? I guess so. It's a complicated situation, but... Okay, so we can replace the trail. Or we can discard the trail. We probably want to just replace it and get another mill and like give out another curse. I think maximizing the number of times we do that is going to be pretty good. Yeah. Just take a third replace. I mean, replace is pretty good here. Okay. We'll just weave her another trail. The Shantytown failed. I mean, we could replace into estate to trail, and then we could draw with the Shantytown. Maybe that's worth it, as opposed to replacing it into a mill. Yeah, I think it's fine. Discarding this trail doesn't actually really matter, I guess, but we might as well do it. I feel like I just want to keep taking replaces. I mean, more weavers would be good too. We just keep not being in a situation where we wind up wanting to weave weaver, but I don't know. I'm having a hard time seeing why we don't just want more replaces. Wait, they got to replace? That's not nice. Okay. Do we want to just take another trail? Probably. And it could be another weaver. But given where we are with this turn, I think we're just going to replace into 2 estates. I kind of hate this, but I think it's correct. Now, discarding 2 trails here does have some downside. It means we don't have trails to replace if we draw a replace, but unless we draw more trails as well. But it does also give us more actions. We can always replace the silver if nothing else. So. I guess we'll buy a province. Definitely the replace. That's an easy one. All right, this is another mill. Hmm. I think we're doing. This is only going to give us 3 coins anyway, but. Guess I'll take one more Shantytown. Okay. Beaver Trail. Play the trail first. Weaver to gain another trail, I think. Uh-huh. It's actually not clear whether we want to replace estate into mill or trail into mill. Getting the estates out of the deck is probably still net good. But also, like, we get to cycle a bit more if we replace the trail. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go this way. Alright, we can do this again. Not much point in... When we do this, we just have a couple mills. If we can find one more replace... Oh no, that's not true. I think it makes more sense to play at least one mill before we... Ah. Okay. I mean, we could just replace mill. How do we want to do this? We just replace estate mill into mill and empty those and the curses, and then there's 2 trails left, and that's it. Or we can turn one of these estates, or turn estate into trail and see what we draw. I think it's unlikely to. Do anything much. Oh, and we have 4 coins. We can buy a trail. I guess I have a curse in hand. Discard the trading post. Apparently we're supposed to discard the farm. Two, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, not quite. Oh wait, we only need 4. I don't know why I was thinking I needed to buy province. Yeah, okay. So yeah, that was some gross degenerate nonsense. Might have been better to play with more weavers rather than just weaving the trails as aggressively. I'm not really sure. Like, I don't think it was ever really... The goal was never, I think, going to be to pile the weavers, because... Like, piling the curses probably just makes more sense, given that we want to play with the replace anyway. But still, having a 3rd or 4th weaver might have ultimately been faster. But, I don't know, maybe it doesn't even matter. Yeah. I mean, the nice thing about the degenerate nonsense is that like the rest of the board was like kind of weak, so we didn't have to like try to build some kind of heinous Shantytown advisor based engine, which I think would have been bad. But yeah, uh in general, I'm not a fan of the fact that replacing like curse or copper into a state gives a curse. I don't mind here. Like we were mostly replacing it in mills, so that's not as bad because it doesn't show up every time replace does. Although on the other hand, in this particular case, in some ways it's worse because it's like a better thing to be doing. Although it wouldn't be as effective if we didn't have all these trails to like turn into the mills non-terminally like that. You know, like it's not like every time replace and mill show up, you're going to get that interaction either. But yeah, like I'm not, like I said, I'm not a big fan of the replace like curse copper estate interaction. But that wasn't actually most of what this was, but is like just a combination of things that are all like this sort of rushy thing. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.